Hello everyone, and welcome to part 3 of series of Christmas layouts. And in this part I will be creating this page, and this is like very simple page. And next week I will create another page that will be matching this page, so it will be like spread of 2 pages. So let's start creating the page. I will start with piece of cardstock first. Make sure that you have a little bit heavier cardstock, so that will be a perfect base for your layout. And you will cut it at 12 by 12 inches. But I think you already have cardstocks pre-cut at 12 by 12. I will have 4 larger pieces of paper, and I will name them paper A, B, C, and D. So here I have first piece of paper, and I will name this paper A. And this paper you will need to cut at 2.5 by 11 7/8 of an inch. You will adhere it to the left side of the page, like 1/16 of an inch. You will have like 3 pieces of paper adhered on the base, and you will have space of 1 inch between them. All right, so here this piece I will adhere to the side. This piece of paper is paper B, and you will cut it at 7 by 11 7/8 of an inch. This piece is paper C, and you will cut it at 2 1/4 by 11 7/8 of an inch. This paper is paper D, and you need to cut it at 5 by 7.5 inches. This paper you will adhere 2 inches from left edge and 1 3/4 of an inch from bottom edge of this A paper. Of paper A. Here I have 2 pieces. This one is border, and this is just a solid color paper. It's not a cardstock, it's paper. I will use this paper as a mat for the border. So first you will cut this paper at 3/4 by 9 3/8 of an inch, and the border you will cut at 5/8 by 9 1/4 of an inch. And you will adhere both pieces together, and you will leave a border of this brownish paper around the border. Center the border like 1 inch and 1/8 from left edge of paper D, and you will align like upper edge of the border with upper edge of paper B. Here I have 4 pieces. All these pieces are actually mats. So first one is this one, and this one is actually matte for photograph, and all these pieces you will mat under this cardstock. So here I have 2 solid papers, and then here is another cardstock which is in black color. And now I will give you the measurements for all the pieces. So first is this one, and you need to cut this paper, actually this is cardstock, at 6 1/8 by 4 1/8 of an inch. And then is this brownish paper. This is solids. It's actually the opposite side of this paper D here, and you will cut it at 6 1/4 by 4 1/4 of an inch. And then this paper will go on top of this. Actually cardstock will go on top of the paper. You know what, I think I will do this at this point, and then I will give you measurements for other 2 pieces. And then this paper is also like solids, just like tiny pattern in it, and you need to cut it at 6.5 by 4.5 inches. And both these 2 pieces I will adhere on top of this red paper. And the last piece is cardstock in black color, and you will cut it at 6 5/8 by 4 5/8 of an inch. I will center the mat 2 inches from upper edge of paper B, and I will align the edge, actually left edge of the mat, with the edge of the border. I will add an embellishment, or actually like some saying or quote up here above the photo mat, and I cut out this saying from a tag, and also I will use this brownish paper, the same one as I use for matting the border on. This paper is 5 5/8 by 1 3/16 of an inch, and this embellishment, let's say a tag, it's 5 1/2 by 1 1/8 of an inch, and this is how I will adhere these 2 pieces. I will align bottom edges of both pieces, and I will center it's Christmas time saying like 1/16 of an inch from side edges of this brownish paper. Align the bottom edge of this embellishment with upper edge of the tag, actually of this black cardstock, and you just center it the way you like it. So I think I will center it like this. I will add another embellishments, or let's say it's a little tag up here, and I cut this tag at 2 3/4 by 7/8 of an inch, and then this brownish paper for matting I cut at 2 7/8 by 1 inch. So you will adhere these 2 pieces together. And I will adhere the piece somewhere up here. For the bottom part of the layout, I chose to go with tag, like larger tag. This tag was like 6 4 inches, and then I just sized it down a little bit. And I will also use the mat, actually cardstock, for matting the tag. And let me give you the measurements. This one, the tag, you will need to size down. Actually, this is ephemera card at 5 1/2 by 3 5/8 of an inch. And then for mat, you will need to cut cardstock at 5 5/8 by 3 3/4 of an inch. And then, of course, you need to adhere them together. I will adhere the card 1 1/8 of an inch from bottom edge of B paper, and then like 3/8 of an inch out from a right edge of paper B. I will add a tag onto ephemera card, so I will cover part of the ephemera card, so like down here. My card, actually my tag is 3 5/8 by 2 5/8 of an inch large, and then I will also use a mat for the card, which is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4 of an inch, and of course I will adhere both pieces together. And then find perfect spot for the tag. All right, so what you will do then, when you find the perfect spot for a tag, just trace along the upper edge here on the border, and then also trace here on a tag, like along upper edge and along right edge of the tag, and you will have traced lines, and then you will apply glue or tape, and then after that you will just align your tag with pencil lines, and then you will adhere the tag down. Also, you can use a pencil and trace along bottom edge, and then you will apply glue inside of these trace lines. Before I will attach the tag on a ephemera card, I will adhere this border below the tag first. So I want you to take a border of paper and cut it at 4 3/4 by 5/8 of an inch, and then you will adhere it like 1/4 of an inch from bottom edge of the ephemera card, and you will align right edge of the border with right edge of paper B. Here I cut out a small image, and this image is like 1 by 2 5/8 of an inch large, and here I have two mats for the image. First I will use this mat, it's cardstock in black color, and I cut it at 1 1/8 by 2 3/4 of an inch. And then I also will use this paper for matting, which is 1 1/4 by 2 7/8 of an inch, and I will adhere the image onto the cardstock and then both pieces onto this piece of paper. I will adhere the image like 3/8 of an inch from upper edge of paper D. And there is one more thing left to do. I will place this image on top of the border, so somewhere like here. The layout is finished, and soon I will see you in next part. I believe it's part 4. Do not forget to like and subscribe, of course, to be notified about project like this. So see you soon. Thank you for watching.